Hey GH peeps, welcome back to my channel where we talk all things General Hospital. Today's late night review is for Friday. We made it, peeps. We are here. It's the end of the work week. Let the weekend begin. Let the relaxation start. Let it commence. It is January the 5th, 2024. I hope you guys had a good Friday. Hope you're looking forward to a even better weekend. They're talking about snow in our area. I ain't looking forward to that, but we shall see. Hopefully it'll jump over us, and sometimes it does. How was General Hospital for you guys today? Any high moments, any low moments, any you seen that coming moments, but it still sucked moments? Please leave your highlights in the comment section. And as always, if you like the content, please like and subscribe. Those really does help. The subscriptions and the likes, I like it. And I also like the comments. I love you guys' thoughts and your ideas on the one of our favorite shows. And I love talking about General Hospital. I'm passionate about that show. That's my mama's show. But anywho, guys, my highlight of the moment, and I was surprised to have been actually bothered by, was seeing my Sonny go to jail. Look, my voice cracked. Seeing Sonny go to jail, I actually got bothered by that. I was like, shit, man. I mean, I see why they're bringing Jason in back now, but it's just, I knew there was going to be a fallout to this whole entire SEC. The part of the fallout that I was thinking had nothing to do with Sonny beating Cyrus's ass and Cyrus ending up in the hospital, and then, telling Laura, because he was going to see, he was planning on this anyway, oh sneaky devil, to get Sonny caught up. And it's that part, yeah, go ahead. I have to give GH away for that one, because that completely threw me off. I was like, I mean, guys, I was slow to it. I ain't gonna front. A lot of people said they knew about it. They knew this Cyrus had some plan. Cyrus had no plan for this. I didn't first get the whiff of the plan until I seen how he was being antagonistic to Sonny at that church. Just, tagging him, just kept on. And so he's like, man, leave me the fuck alone. And he just kept on and on. So I was like, oh, he's trying to get Sonny to whoop his ass so he can go to jail. And sure enough, Sonny whooped his ass. Especially when he wouldn't hit him back. I was like, oh, yeah, he about to, because he wants to send Sonny away anyway. I seen the action right then and there. But some people said they seen it before. So, hey, I didn't like that. Guys, I was not happy about my Sonny going to jail. And I know we got my girls going, our girls going to get him out. But still, we know that Queen Diane is going to be on the case. And he'll be out. But second degree attempt or something, I don't know. We'll get to that. I'm jumping ahead. And then, of course, the first beginning where they show the wall of GH. Yeah, that was beautiful. That was a highlight of the moment. Brought back memories. I've been watching General Hospital for a very long time. But anywho, let's get over to General Hospital, where it's a real emotional time. We got Felicia, and she's talking on the phone to Maxie. And they're comforting each other over the phone over the loss of Bobby. Because, of course, Bobby affected a lot of people at General Hospital. Felicia says that she's got someone coming to help her. And she's asking about her daughter being okay, being at work. And Maxie's like, she has to stay busy. Because, she's just struggling with the fact that Bobby's really gone. And she just can't believe it. And Felicia's like, neither can I. Neither can I. And they hang up shortly after that with promises that they will, check in on each other. And if she needs her, then she'll be right there in the drop of a dime. And Anna walks up, and you could tell that Felicia was basically holding it together for Maxie's part, because as soon as she answers the phone and Anna walks up, she just breaks down in tears. And guys, if you are a GHer, old school, I'm a classic GHer. I will call myself definitely a classic. I I was born in 72, and I was probably watching in 78, 77. I don't know. They had me up there. You know, I was one of the oldest grandkids. So, and that's what all old school ladies did. Listen to their soapies. Mamas did. If I wasn't watching it at my grandma's, I was watching it at my mom's. And I remember at a very young age watching General Hospital. Very young age. But anyway, because I spent time with my grandparents a lot. But anyway, and these women had like crazy stories in history. Her, Felicia. I don't want to spend my time talking about all of the GH history. But yeah, that my heart was twanging all the way. My heart was twanging all the way. And it was good that Felicia had Anna there to help, because basically she was there to clean out Bobby's office, and they found her stethoscope on her desk, and Felicia had to hold it together. She, you know what I'm saying? And then they seen the pictures, and they seen pictures of when of Anna when she got married, and it was a picture of Felicia and Bobby, and just her whole entire family, Lucas, Carly, just everybody up there. And Felicia and Anna was saying how these are, you know, this shows a person that lived a well life, that was well loved, and she'll be missed by everybody. And Felicia's like, yeah, she will. She was the anchor of her family, you know. She was the anchor to the hospital. And truthfully, her and Monica, I think they are the last, you know. I mean, I know that Tracy has a little hand in there, but Monica and Bobby, that's, yeah. I mean, now Bobby's gone. We have a sweet Monica now. Whew, guys, man. You don't know how old you is until you grew up watching these women be a hot mess, and you know they're passing away from whatever. Yeah, just praying for that. Praying for Jackie Zeman's family. So, they have a heartfelt moment. They're cleaning out her office, basically. And like I said, they find items from Lucas. He made her a little mug, and inside of it was her ID from when she was original, and her paper hat nurses from what they were back in the day. And they had shared laughs about the big hair, because I'm going to tell you right now, they all had big hair, but so did everybody else, because it was big hair season, big hair bands. And let me see. They talk about how to, Felicia talks about how handling grief, and how Bobby had showed her how to handle grief is by helping people that's alive, and by, you know, being there for the present. And that's how you honor the people that have passed. And she gets a phone call, and they said, oh, the results are in. And she was like, yeah, okay, well, I'll be down there to get them. And my girl, Anna's like, what's that all about? And she says, about the living. So, and we know what that's about. This crazy woman that went down there and took Cody's hair and matched it towards Matt's hair. Matt's hair. And found it to find out if Mac has a son or not. I love me some Felicia. Y'all can bag on Felicia all y'all want to. That's how Felicia is. She's always been that way, just meddling, just her little nose and everything. Moving along, we're going to go over to Deception, where Maxie is looking at a picture, looking at the photo of Bobby on her phone, the photo that she was looking at while she was talking to her mom. And Cody walks in like, what's up, boss lady? How you doing? And he immediately sees something's wrong with Maxie. And he's like, what's going on? What's wrong? And Maxie tells him about, and she says that Bobby Spencer passed away. And Cody don't know Bobby, but from the nurse's ball, and he was like, I'm just sorry that your friend passed away. And she's like, she was way, way more than a friend. And she tells him about BJ and how she got the heart, and that was Bobby's daughter, adopted, but Bobby, you know, Bobby's baby, that was Bobby's daughter, with her Uncle Tony. And she ended up getting a heart from them, and how Bobby was there for her when Felicia was being Felicia. Because you know, y'all gotta know, Felicia was not in Maxie's life like that. Not till she got older, and like Maxie said, now she can't get her out of her life, which is nice, because, but Maxie did have other parents around her, and she considered Bobby to be one of the people that was her go-tos. And she's like, what is Port Charles going to be without her, not having her presence, you know? And so it was just beautiful because, you know, it's nice to know that Bobby, her stretch was not just her children, Lucas and Carly and her grandkids, but it was a lot of people. It was a lot of people. I'm going to cry on her funeral. I already know. Because I had to hold it together, guys, for that scene. Because it brings me back to old memories of her when she was on here, she was young. Her and Felicia, all of them. And when he did that 60th anniversary, that brought back memories for me. Man, that was so good, guys. That was good, okay? I would have liked if they would have did a lot more old school clips of the classic ones. That would have made me a little bit more, that would have made me happier. But that was good. They did it. It was still really good, and it brought back a lot of memories. And then watching Felicia and Anna today, and they're talking about the same picture, the same wedding, and we've seen that, you know, Anna's and Robert's wedding. You know, they showed clips of that yesterday. It's just, man, it's a lot of history there, guys. 60 years. That's crazy. I'm 51. And GH has 60 years. That tells you that I'm getting old. So is GH, though. But anywho, where was I at? Bobby was my go-to. Yeah, Bobby was my go-to. Okay, and then it was okay. So first of all, this was not our Maximilian. This was a stand-in, and she did an awesome job. And I'm glad, from the previews, it's telling us that Maxie will be back. Thank God. Because I want Maxie's the one who's going to really have a feeling connection to this role. Because we've had Maxie, the same Maxie. Maxie grew up on General Hospital. She grew up on General Hospital. I think we might have had a different Maxie at one time. I can't remember. I think we did. But this Maxie has been, she's a long-standing Maxie. So she has a lot of history with playing with Jackie. So I know Maxie's going to kill the role. And I know it's going to be hard for her too. Because, yeah, it's like saying goodbye to a family member. But the stand-in did okay. But the switch to the switch of subject was so strange, and it was just like out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden, she's about to break down about missing Bobby, and then she's like, "Oh, okay, so you got a problem about your pay? Everything your pay okay?" I'm like, "Huh? What?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, my pay is great. If I would have known that I could make this kind of money being a cover model, I would have gave up dirty poker games a long time ago." And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, you don't want to know my old past history." And then he says, "Actually, I'm here to Cody the property. Hold on, because I don't want to get." Yeah, they switched the subject to, he says, well, actually what he wanted to talk to her about was using his money to do something. And he wants to buy Serenity. And Maxie makes a joke about that being a commune. Because it sounds like one. And he's like, no, it's actually the property that I grew up on. And my mother owned. And she's like, oh, Leopold Taub. So, that's yours, since that's your mother, you get his fortune. He's like, yeah. And she's like, well, I thought you were treated horribly there. Like, you have no good memories there at all. And he's like, no, they treated me like shit, like a hired hand. I had no love there, but I think it'd be full circle for me to buy it. And Maxie's like, yeah, I don't think you want to start your blessings off with vengeance. You don't want to start this off with vengeance. You know what I'm saying? That should not be the way you want to go. And she tells him a story about how Bobby and Luke came from a horrible upbringing. And guys, Bobby and Luke's upbringing is quite horrific. Quite horrific. And it was quite horrific. And she said, she told how Bobby found, and she asked Bobby, how did she survive that? And she said, I went to nursing school and found purpose. And so Maxie said, what you need to do is you need to find your purpose. You need to find what, what your purpose is. And not let it be vengeance and recklessness. And then we got Felicia eavesdropping, as she always does, and she's talking about, sorry, that's an occupational hazard. And Maxie makes a little quip about, well, yeah, but that's not your occupation anymore, Mom. And Cody asked Felicia about, her opinion about how he should find his purpose, what he should be doing. And she says, first thing you should do is you should be honest with yourself and others. Like about the DNA test, the one that you took with Mac, the one that you didn't let nobody see. And Maxie's like, Mom, dang it, I thought you were going to let this go. Well, I'm not. I'm not going to let this go. I took your hair sample and I got a DNA test run. That's basically what she said to the boy. So we're going to see next week if she's going to open it up or she's just going to ask Cody to tell the truth, because she's basically asking Cody just to admit that he is Mac's son and stop playing being games, which I'm with that. So we're going to mosey on over to Sam's spot. And we got Mr. Drew coming up there to pick up Scout for uniform shopping. And Sam's like, Drew, Scout ain't going to Westwood, boo. She's having a lot of issues with this. She's trauma. She's having dreams about monsters. Her stomach's in the knot. She's not doing well. And Drew's like, well, let me go up there and see her. And she says, well, she's doing well enough to leave with her brother to go eat. To go have breakfast. At least that's how Drew takes it, because he gets pissed. He's like, oh, so she's good enough to go? So I take it she's good enough to go because you said she didn't have to go. And I'm like, she damn did say she didn't have to go. Damn Skippy, yeah, deadbeat daddy. I can't, you know what? He humbled himself at the end, and I was really happy with that. But Drew was pushing some buttons. But let me calm myself down. And but he starts getting on her about that, and she's like, okay, that's not what happened. I had to make a decision for our daughter, and I chose peace. I had to make a decision right then and there, and I chose peace for our daughter. And he's like, he just kept jumping on everything. And Sam's like, well, that's just like when you came with the whole entire school situation and didn't even speak to me about it. You just announced it right in front of our daughter without us even talking. And then he's like, oh, so you didn't do this because of that, because of Scout. You did this because I did that to you, and you're just getting back at me. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, you just see people attacking you everywhere. And Sam was like, no, man, that is not it either. No, I told you. Scout was having issues. She didn't want to go to that school. And I had to make a split decision. And I was wrong to do it without you. I admit that. But I had to make a split decision. I didn't really have a lot of option. The kid was unhappy. And he's like, well, why didn't she tell me she wasn't unhappy? Because she didn't want you to be disappointed. So now she feels like she can't even talk to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, Drew. That's how I was to that whole entire conversation. Oh my gosh. And then when he's talking about, because he's getting to this part where he's like, and I've had to spend, when she says because she's trying to tell him, your daughter loves you. She wants to spend time with you. She wants to be with you. And then he brings up this point about Nina and what she did to him. And how he lost time with his daughter because of Nina. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You did not lose time in jail behind Nina. You lost time in jail behind your ditzy ass girlfriend. That I ain't got nothing to do with Nina. If anything, y'all gave Nina ammunition. Or should I say Carly gave Nina ammunition. And Nina put the bullets in that gun and fired that bitch. Now, she did end up shooting her own self when she did it. But we got to stop this whole entire thing with Nina did this to us when y'all did that to yourselves. Yes, I begrudge Nina for being petty as fuck and doing that, because I'm not even thinking about Carly. I'm thinking about all the people that are affected by her decision. Because I knew it wasn't just going to be Carly was going to be the problem. No. Sonny gonna be mad. Michael gonna be mad. Everybody gonna be mad. People gonna be mad. Everybody gonna be mad. Why, girl, just don't be petty. You gonna get the man, you gonna get the kid. And she ended up getting everything just to lose it behind being petty. So everybody's talking about she did with the right thing and they committed a crime. Sometimes don't be petty, because petty makes you lose everything. And it might be temporarily. I don't think you're going to leave her forever. But still, you got to go through all that. She was in solid ground if she just would have not been petty. So it does not pay to be petty. At least not Nina. But anyway, I just got off a tantric with that one. I'm sorry, guys. Drew admits that he blindsided her, and Sam's like, yeah, we can do better. And she was like I said, he was like, well, why didn't you say anything? And he was like, well, I thought she would change her mind. I hope that she would, like the school. But I like it was getting closer and closer, and she was getting more concerned about going, and I just, I had to make a split decision. And then like I said, Drew starts going on about how Sam don't think he cares about his daughter now and her well-being, and this dude and his emotions. Oh my gosh. They were everywhere, and Sam gets the last, and he thinks that Sam has to have the last word. This boy was everywhere. And I'm not down none of that. I'm not doing none of that. Sam's like, I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. We just need to be on the same page, Drew. And he says, I'm sorry. You're right. I don't know why I'm picking fights with you. I don't even know why I'm being a jackass. Because I'm being a jackass right now. And she's like, yeah, and we normally don't fight when it comes to our daughter. So what's going on? What's your deal? Something else is bothering you. And he's like, well, I'm just hurt. I felt like she couldn't talk to me and she couldn't express her feelings to me about not wanting to go to this school. And, I thought we were, getting bonding better and forming a relationship since I've been gone so long. And then Nina, it took me way longer. And he finally tells her what Nina did. And Sam's like, well, I know all too well about going up against the Nina. And she does, because if y'all know the history, Silas is all I have to say. Sam and Silas used to be an item. When Nina came back from her coma, yeah, she put a fork in that shit. Nina put a fork in that. Send Sam away, basically. And she was like, no wonder you came in so hot today. And he's like, no, that's no excuse. I haven't been fair. I haven't been, I just was making decisions that were half-assed. He didn't say that, but that's what he was doing. He says, I wasn't even considering the fact that I was moving her out of school in the middle of the school year. I'm sorry. And so they ended up well. She's like, oh, we had our first big argument about, with our kid. He's like, we're going to be fine. And they are. And Sam reminds him that the door is open because she knows he's been through a lot. Moving along, we're going to go over to Sasha's place where Nina has crashed because she didn't want to be alone at home. And I'm like, why didn't she go to Liso? What's going on with that? I would have went to my auntie Liso, and Lisa would have powered her up with vengeance. Nina would have came back even harder. But no, she didn't want to be alone, so she went to Sasha's house. And she's calling Willow on the phone and leaving a million messages asking her to forgive her and begging her to call her. And she's like, I'm really pathetic. She's not going to call me. I have no excuse for what I did. And Sasha's like, I'm thinking that's how Willow feels. But just give her some time. And Nina's like, because she's not used, guys, to being checked on her own shit. You see how she was giving Ava flashback when Ava was checking her on her shit. She was like, well, thank you for your honesty. Yeah, you need it, sweetheart, because you're delusional. And moving along, so I don't want to bash on Nina. She has enough on her. Nina doesn't feel like she should be considering... Oh, she doesn't... Nina's, tells Sasha she doesn't think that she should be there because Sasha's connection to everybody that she hurt. And Sasha's like, everybody that I hurt, that you hurt, knows that I consider you family too. So we'll be just fine. You don't need to be worried about who can come to my house. Don't nobody run this over here. And Sasha, and Nina's like, she made herself public enemy number one. And Sasha is reminding her, look, people do love you. You have friends out here. And she will. I mean, there's going to be Lisa. I'm pretty sure Maxie won't. Maxie will be torn because of Bobby's situation. That's the thing about it. The Bobby situation kind of came... I mean, they did this all together. It was not the great. I think this is not a good thing because people are supposed to be getting together to mourn Bobby, and they're all... Yeah. I didn't even think about that. But anyway, where was I at, guys? Sasha, like, Nina, you brings up the young children that she would have... Who cares? You have friends. Sasha tells Nina that she must have assumed. Okay, so then that's when Sasha says, well, you must have assumed that Carly was going to go to jail. Carly and Drew was going to go to jail. And she says, Nina, it's just so unlike you to not think of their children being affected by your actions. And that was the first time I heard somebody put what Nina did eloquently and not just saying that she was being petty. But you weren't thinking about Donna and Scout when you did that. You weren't. You could, I mean... And I'm thinking to myself, because people were like, well, she wasn't thinking about, Carly wasn't thinking about what she did with Nell and the whole entire thing. And I think that's a bunch of bullshit because Sonny and Jax did the same thing. They didn't tell Nina nothing and she ain't trying to destroy their life. But the thing that wrapped me around is that, people are like, she wouldn't hurt no kids. I don't think she would. I was like, well, Sasha, she did induce Ava's labor and take the baby. I mean, anything could have happened. Nina ain't no doctor. She's not a nurse. She's not a trained anything. And she induced this woman's labor, forced labor, took the baby from her and left. Okay? So I don't think she gives a damn about what she can do to some kid. I'm just saying. When Sasha said that, I was like, well... And Nina's like, oh, I had tunnel vision, my pain, everything. Sasha reminds Nina what happened between... She said, oh, yeah, I had tunnel vision and my pain. I thought my pain was worse than anybody else. And how could anybody forgive me? And Sasha reminds her that Nina forgave Sasha for what Sasha did to her. And if you give these people time and you don't force it, they will eventually forgive you too. But you can't listen to the crazy voices that's telling you to force it. You gotta let them forgive you on their own time. Let me see what I wouldn't do, what I want. Okay, she says, let it be. You might, and then she says, yeah, let it be. You might end up getting what you want. And she's, what I want is different from what I actually deserve. And that I think was the most humblest thing I've heard Nina say. Everyone told Sonny, Nina is a liar. She can't be trusted. And I went out of my way to prove them right. I was like, now that was some real shit, Nina. That was some real shit. This other part I didn't agree with, when she said that she wasn't equipped or qualified to be someone's mother or grandmother or even that wife. And then Sasha was like, that ain't true. And she said, well, everyone believes that. I'm not going to say she's not equipped. I just want to see her stop being a victim and own up to her own shit. And stop, just don't, stop with the pettiness, man. You've been doing the vengeance role since you came back. I just feel Nina be misguided a lot. She just be doing some misguided ass shit, man. I don't know. And I feel like she never grew up from that time she was in that coma. She just stopped growing. And she's mentally stuck at that age. And I just wish she'd grow the fuck up. And take some accountability. Okay? And before y'all come and say, oh, well, Carly don't take accountability. Yes, she do. Now, she might take it when she get busted, but at least she ain't going to sit there and blame the other person for her actions. She's going to say, yeah, I fucked up, and yeah, that's it. All Nina had to do is say, yeah, I turned that motherfucking bitch in, and I'll do it again. Fuck her. At the beginning, though. At least then everything would be over, and we wouldn't be having all this craziness, and my sonny wouldn't be going to fucking jail. So we're going to move along to Dante, and she's at the damn, Laura, and she's at the hospital with Cyrus, and she had left, and she came back because she couldn't sleep, because she's so much in caring about her baby brother, and, that's nasty, and, Dante asks, they discuss Cyrus's attack and the fact that Cyrus is still out, and Cyrus wakes up and Dante questions Cyrus, and Cyrus gets preachy on him and doesn't tell him anything, and then Dante says, well, maybe you can go in there and maybe a sister would do better than I am. And Laura goes in there, and she gets him to tell her that Sonny was the one who attacked him. And he says because Sonny was aggrieved by something Nina did, and he decided to take his anger out on me. So, of course, Laura Lou goes back and tells Dante what happened. And you know where Dante's going. But Cyrus has got this weird obsession with Sonny, that he just wants to be better than Sonny so bad, and he wants to prove to Laura that Sonny is just this bad person, and he's just like the old him. And I'm like, no, you mean the current you, Cyrus? You are currently a bad person. You're just trying to play the saved role. And Laura even tells him, I want to see your actions. I don't want to hear no more about your preaching. I want to see you've really changed by your actions and your actions alone. And he's just smiling like, you'll see, sis, you'll see. I don't like Cyrus. He got my Sonny put away. Queen Diane need to hurry up and get him out. And then we're going to go on over to the penthouse. Sonny's penthouse. And where we got Lois being a whole hot mess. Guys. She didn't have to. It was hilarious. I was there for the hot messiness. It was juicy. I loved it. But no, you didn't have to just take the woman's body out and just put the dirt on her. So Lois visits and checks in on Sonny. And she notes no sign of rampage. And Sonny tells her, well, people do change, Lois. And she says, well, I see luggage. And he's like, Nina's leaving. Not surprised you're evicting, Nina, Lois says. But she thought that, she'd be throwing her shit across out the balcony and everything. And he's like, look, Lois, what do you want? What do you want? And she's like, well, I'm actually just checking on a friend. And he says, well, you checked on me now. You can go. I'm good. And she says, and I needed to say I'm sorry for wrecking your life, for bringing down your world. And he says, but I just felt like you needed to know the truth. And Sonny's like, well, I'm thankful. I wish everybody else appreciated and loved me as much and was honest with me as much. He didn't say love and appreciate. He just said, I wish everybody was as honest with me as you were. So, y'all can all talk all that stuff about Nina, and she didn't do anything bad. But in Sonny's eyes, she did something bad. And that's the only eyes Nina cares about. She could give a damn about what we think. She don't care about what we think. She wants her man's love, not ours. So, if Sonny feels like she did wrong, that's what's going to mess with Nina. Until Sonny's not feeling like that no more. Which it won't be long. But let me get back to it. I know. So he said, so where you kicking Nina to? So Lois is just being messy. Where you kicking Nina to? Mongolia, the ice dome, whatever, Buffalo. Sonny says, well, she owns an hotel, or she owns half of a hotel. She can stay there. And she says, what do you want from me, Lois? She notices his bruised hand and asks what happened. He said, there's a lot of things broken yesterday. And she says, yeah, one of them was your marriage. And I'm like, damn. But I still see your ring. So there still might be hope. And he says, so what? She says, what do you mean, so what? So what? Brenda, when she betrayed you, she was dead to you. And you guys, if y'all know Sonny, if y'all remember that, she was dead. He refused to see her. She could not even, there was she was dead, like gone, and that was Brenda. Your ring suggests that you're not done with Nina. And then Sonny tells some strong truths here. I gave up a lot to be with Nina. The whole world was against us. I see. So if you take off that ring, you're proving the world right? And she's like, and Sonny's like, I don't give a damn what nobody thinks. But people think about me don't matter. And he says, I thought I fell in love with someone that makes mistakes but owns up and learns from them. But now I see that she's a traitor. Went against my family for months and lied to me. I will not forget that. I'm like, yeah, but you'll forgive it. Eventually you'll forgive it, Sonny. Just stop it. You'll forgive it. It's all good. But I do know it might take him some time. And then Nina tried to get Carly locked up, separated from her children. Donna's just a little girl. And this is where Lois goes for the kill shot, guys. Not only that, but Nina profited from Carly's misfortune, right? She ended up with half of the Metro Court. That snake is lining her pockets with your ex's misery. I don't care for Carly, but that's fucked up. And I was like, oh, Lois came with the shovel just to sit there and dig a dirt cave for poor Nina, and to push her dead body in the shovel into the grave. What in the hell, Lois? That was juicy, and I laughed. I was like, oh my God, she's so wrong. You're wrong as fuck. And she knew she crossed the line. But anywho, and he said, Sonny comes back with Nina crossed the line. She crossed too many lines. If she could do and then Lois ain't done. Because then she says, well, if she could do this to the mother of your kids, what else is she capable of doing? And can you even trust her? I was like, damn, Lois, you ain't done yet? Oh my God. Sonny has just beat the shit out of somebody. He is not ready for this, girl. And then she says it finally, because she sees Sonny looking at her like, what the fuck? I told you, I don't want to hear all this, and she's just triggering him. But she's like, you know what? I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. And he's like, what? I didn't say anything. He says, I see it all over your body movement, all over your structure, all over your face. I don't have no right to tell you how to live your life or what to choose or what to do. But what I can do is fix your knuckles. So go get some alcohol stuff so I can fix your knuckles. So while he's going to get the alcohol, Dante walks in and she's like, oh my God, Dante, I'm so glad you're here. Your dad really really need you. And he's like, well, I don't know if my dad gonna be happy about me being here right now this time. She's like, look, don't come in here with that foolishness. If you're not gonna do, you can just. And that's when Sonny walks in, and Dante's like, hey, Dad, he doesn't say, hey, Dad. He's like, I guess bad news travels fast, and Dante's like, yeah, I heard what happened with Nina. I'm sorry about that. He says, yeah, I appreciate it. He says, but not here for that. And he says, I'm sorry I got to do this. And the police come in, and Sonny's like, what? The fuck? Oh my God. I think that's right then when Sonny realized he played himself. I think that's the right then and there he realized he played himself. And Dante did, and Lois is like, you can't do this. This is your father. And Sonny's like, he's done. This is nothing. We've done this. We've done this before. And Dante's like, yeah, we have. And then they start telling him his charges, and that's when Sonny looks at Dante like, what? And he's being charged with 2nd-degree assault on Cyrus Renaud. And he's looking at Dante like, what the fuck? You could at least called me and gave me a warning. I would have left for that.